Right, and so now we head out onto the run. So I knew days before going into this what the weather was going to be like, so I knew I was going to have to take the run relatively easy in order to just finish the race. So jumping off the bike in T2, you don't really feel the heat when I'm on the bike just because of the wind hitting you. But the second I got into the change temp where you get your run bag, I mean, you could feel how oppressive the heat and humidity was going to be for the rest of the run. So I knew then that I was going to be in trouble if I tried to put any real effort in. So I had to hold back for pretty much the entire run up until the last couple of K. But simply because there isn't really any point in putting in significantly more effort to go maybe 2 or 3 minutes faster. I think on a good day I might be able to do maybe a 95-minute run there, 1 hour 35, but on Sunday it would have just been an hour and 35 minutes of absolute hell. So I decided early on to try and take it easy, sort of aiming for around a sort of 450 kilometre split, and in the end ended up doing about a 141. Worryingly though, having looked at my data afterwards, my average heart rate was actually quite high. I think it was in the mid 170s, whereas during the actual run itself I felt pretty comfortable. I didn't feel like I was struggling at all with my breathing or my heart rate or anything, so I guess maybe just being in that heat raised it without me sort of feeling it, because it certainly didn't feel like I was putting in that much effort, yet my heart rate would suggest that I was. In terms of strategy, like I say, I was just aiming for 450 a kilometre all the way around, obviously on the ascent going slower, and then on the descent going slightly faster, and then I did purposefully walk and stop at every single aid station, and there was probably one every 2 miles. There were quite a lot of aid stations, so every time I got there I would drink some water, dunk a couple on my head and back down the tri-suit, grab a Gatorade to try and stop any cramp, also grabbing Coke, stuff like that. I didn't grab any food or anything. I did have one gel which was on the first ascent to the castle, just because I was walking anyway, so I just put a cyst gel with caffeine in it. That was on the first trip. That was all I had sort of nutrition wise during the run. So yeah, I did walk both times up the castle, mainly because if you start jogging up it, your heart rate will be a lot higher for very little gain. Really, you might gain 10-15 seconds, which obviously twice will give you 30 seconds, but the juice isn't worth the squeeze really. You're not really going to go that much faster than walking up to the castle, so that was intentional. I've actually looked at the stats for that climb up to the castle. It's only 250 metres, but it is 250 metres at an average of 6%, which actually doesn't sound that bad. I was quite surprised at that, but there's multiple places where it hits 13%, and I think that's what kills you. And then obviously coming back down the other side, it makes it quite difficult to run fast because it is so steep, and you're also sort of in a traily area. So there's bits of loose gravel and stuff like that on the road or on the path. Yeah, 2 laps of that. And then we were into the final 100 metre finish line, which actually was probably closer to 300 metres. I don't know where they got the 100 metres from because it was nowhere near that. But that's not really an issue because the Ironman finish lines are pretty amazing. Obviously through Staffordshire Town Centre, people were lining both sides of the finish line, 2, 3, 4 people deep. Everyone's cheering out your name because you've got it on your number badge, you've got the announcer on the microphone, and I had the whole of the red carpet to myself luckily, so there was no one else on there, which made for some good finish line photos. But yeah, lucky to get over the finish line in the end. Well, not lucky, but thankful to get over the finish line in the end considering the heat, with a run time of 1 hour 40 minutes and 59 seconds. So like I say, I think on a good day in perfect weather, I think on that course I could probably do off the bike a 135 or a sub 135, but there was just no point trying to do that in that heat. So yeah, 140.59 versus a 146.40 in 2019. So what's that, a 5.5 minute course PB on the run alone. And then in terms of overall position, I finished 135th out of 911 people, versus 949th where I finished in 2019 out of 1,982. So I guess that's moved from, what's that, around the 50th percentile to around maybe the 15th percentile. And then an overall time of 5 hours 19 minutes and 41 seconds versus 6 hours 5 minutes and 36 seconds in 2019. for an overall course PB at Stafford of about 45 minutes. So yeah, like I say, pretty good day all in. I was only really targeting the swim, so achieved that goal that I wanted there. But the bike was tough, and the run was just sort of a bit of a take it easy stroll to the finish until the last couple of K where I put a bit of effort in just to get it over with. So yeah, quite happy with the result overall. Not sure if I'll do Stafford again, just simply because of the timing of the year. There's always a risk that the weather's not going to be very good for me. I can't run in the heat. The bike course is quite tough. So yeah, like I say, I'm not really sure if I'd do this event again. But coming up next, I've said in a couple of videos, we've got an Olympic in a couple of weeks, and then Weymouth, where my plan will be to bring all 3 PBs together, or all 3 targets together, to try and get a really good 70.3 time there, even though the bike course is actually harder than Stafford, so the run course is a lot easier. So yeah, fingers crossed everything works out, and we have a good final triathlon in 2021. But that's it for this video. So if you like this Staffordshire series, smash that like button, and if you want to see what's coming up next, click subscribe. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.